Hey guys, you have to excuse like my facial expressions,
Mommy, I want to see.
but
Mommy,
the sun is
I want to see. On a natural.
the sun is blazing. I feel good though. Yeah, we're chilling over here by, I think it's the Stadium Armory. No, it's not the Stadium Armory. I don't know. It's honestly it's sad because it's like literally not that far from where I live. But it does have a stadium. So yeah, we're just walking around. Today I was off work because an incident happened with Jayla, and that's really what I'm here for, you guys, to give you like the story time. So this story time is brought to you by Jayla.
Yay! Hi. Mommy, look at this.
So this is, I see, baby.
Look at this.
Yeah. So okay, this is actually a really sad story time. So I'm just gonna get straight into it. I will tell portions of it, but I won't go too deep into it. So what happened is last Thursday, Jayla had an altercation, not even an altercation, a verbal situation with a few girls in her class, and you can tell parts of it.
Okay.
So yeah, she had a verbal situation, and so she thought that was the end of it. The teacher kind of broke it up. It was just words being said. Let's walk up this way because like my car is sitting there, and I'm wondering why is this bus sitting there. I don't know if this parking spot is reserved for him. Don't want no tickets.
Mommy.
Yes. Please give her a race, Jayla.
Okay.
March, set, go. Go! Woo! So yeah, so she thought this verbal incident was going to be over, but what happened is when it was time to go home, these girls lingered the altercation on by tripping her up as they both began to punch, pull her hair, kick her in her stomach, and literally jump her. She had a knot on her head, but it instantly went away the following day. So here we are 4 days later, and her head was still bothering her. So I was taking her to the doctors today, and after the doctors we wound up going for our nature walk here. So to rewind back, I am very disappointed and dissatisfied with the way the school handled the incident. First and foremost, the way I was notified was through a text message. My daughter gets jumped and you notify me through a text message, which I did not even look at my text messages until many hours later. Secondly, I was told the girls were going to be suspended. Come to find out later, after meeting with the dean of the school is Wheatley, and it's located in DC. I'm beginning to think this is not the best place to have a story time. But the point is, so yeah, the school is located in DC. So the dean assured me that he would suspend these girls if he could, but at this point DC schools are not suspending people in case it's a tier 6 or something, tier 5, which basically means they either brought a gun to school or they threatened to bomb the place, something that is threatening the lives of the students. They don't suspend kids anymore for physical violence. That sounds dumb to me, but I was still all ears on what the punishment would be. So I was told the punishment was going to be that they would be in a school suspension, which means all day they would be isolated away from other children. So my daughter will not have to interact with these kids, that she won't see them. They will be in the same building with her, but it will be like they weren't, because they will be with the dean all day long. Well, Jayla, come here. I'm going to tell you what happened after that. So after being told this on a Friday, come Monday, I found out that Jayla was given an assignment with who?
The girl that...
You gotta speak up, baby.
The girls that punched me. Yeah.
So...
That's why. And pulled my hair.
Right. So apparently they weren't on an in-school suspension. She was given an assignment to complete with one Pacific girl who did a majority. Oh. She was given one assignment with a Pacific girl who was doing a majority of the fighting, and the dean's idea was the more time they spend together, the more they realize they have in common. Let me ask you, if you got jumped by a few women, men, whatever, would you want to be friends with them? Would you want to know what you guys have in common? I mean, like, this is putting my daughter in a very awkward situation. She has to sit here and do a project with girls who physically hurt her. I mean, and we're not talking about do a project a month after, 3 months after, a year later. We're talking about this literally just happened 4 days ago. Not even 4 days ago. It happened 3 days ago, and you have them partnered up to do an assignment together. Guys, so sorry, like my phone completely died in the middle of my story time, so this is actually a whole another day. Bottom line is, the school failed my daughter. They really did. These kids really had no punishment whatsoever. They didn't have an out-school detention. They didn't have an in-school detention. And as a parent, I complained, I fussed, I took off work. I've been up at the school almost every day. The one thing I didn't do that maybe I wish I had done is call the police, because even though I was notified later, I still could have had some sort of report made. I don't think there's a time limit to request to file a report against someone, or to even press charges against someone. So, you know, if I could redo the situation, that's the one thing I think I would have done before doing anything. But sometimes, you know, you listen to the principal, you listen to the dean, you listen to, you know, these leaders in the school, and when they tell you they will fix a problem, you're trusting in that. And I think listening to the dean of the school, he sounds so confident that there would be consequences for these young ladies. So I think that lingered it on to the point where I felt, at this point, what am I calling the police for? At this point, you know, we're past the stage of filing a report, but it's never too late to file a report. So my advice to a parent that's going through the same thing as I've been going through is to get the police involved. We did have a conference with one of the girls' parents because the other ones did not show up. And one of the girls' grandmas did show up, and I can't say the conversation was terrible. She thoroughly let my daughter know that she has handled this situation with her granddaughter, and my daughter can trust that her granddaughter will never touch her again. That was the words from the grandma. Personally, I feel like kids need structure. They need discipline is a form of love. And I feel like without that discipline, without that structure, it's impossible for a child to learn from a mistake if they don't feel the mistake. The same being for, grown freaking adults. Like, if we keep making these reckless mistakes, we're fighting people, we're having, relations, we're doing drugs, whatever the situation is, and we don't have any consequences. 9 times out of 10, we're not going to stop what we're doing. So, yeah, that's the story time, you guys. I have a friend, and so her name is, well, it's not directly her name, but her channel is the Real and Uncut. And she has tons of content. I mean, I can't really say there's one type of content from her, but she recently posted a video. And I will leave her information in the description box. Please support her channel. She's very loyal. She's very nice. She's very sweet. She's very interesting. But yeah, she recently posted a video that said basketball wives don't represent her. If I'm quoting it correctly. And she went into talking about how Black women should be represented and how we're portrayed, and it's not in a good light. And there are, our upcoming young sisters looking at us, and they want to be like us, but are we showing the right thing? So she actually tagged me and a few other ladies to talk on this subject. So it's very fitting for the video I'm posting, because we are scoping, should I say, our younger generation. And so it's very important that we carry ourselves in a manner that is correct. I see all the time parents cursing, yelling, using extensive force with their children. What are you really teaching them? Because they mimic their parents more than anything. So it's very important that we carry ourselves, especially in the presence of young children, in a way that we want them to carry themselves. We can't preach one thing or teach one thing and do another to make ourselves better so that they can be better. I really watch the way I behave and the things I say around my daughters, and also teaching them what it means to love. I'm not so much big on the fact of being Black. I enjoy being Black. I mean, I have no problem. I'm proud to be Black. But I could really be any color and still be proud. So I'm not really all about, Black power or anything like that. I believe that God loves all colors, all shapes, all sizes. He created us all in a beautiful image. What I am big on is more so being a woman. I don't care if you're Asian, white, Black, whatever race you are. I feel like all of us women share something in common. The world cannot go on without a woman. And there's a difference in being a female and being a woman. We want to teach our girls to grow up and be women, not just females. You know what I'm saying? Not ratchet, not reckless, not, degrading. And we also want to teach them how to love. That is a quality that, a man knows how to love, but not like a woman. Not like a woman. So, that's a quality that a woman possesses, and it can be so powerful. So powerful. Have you ever had a situation where you may be young, or you've seen a child where they have a boo-boo or they hurt themselves, and they run to their mom, and it's like she gives it a kiss and she makes it all better? Daddy can't do that, but mommies, we can do that. So, yeah, let's teach our girls love. Let's teach them what it is to respect themselves, respect others. So, big shout out to her, because that was a really informative video, and I feel like YouTube needs more of that. It really does, because sometimes, like, I don't know, sis, they out here, they spreading garbage. Like, the whole basketball wives, the whole reality period. Reality shows are like a lot of drama, and it does portray black women in a negative light. So yeah, you guys, I'm in a process right now. I'm looking to homeschool. If you guys have any tips for a sister, please leave them down below. Give me a comment. What do you think of this story time? Are your children struggling with bullies as well? So yeah, it's been fun. Ladies, gents, whoever, stay strong.